Yamaha presents The Whitetail Diaries, chronicling hunting adventures of the most plentiful and intelligent big game animal in North America. Join top whitetail hunters nationwide. Embark on the amazing adventure that is hunting the whitetail deer. Last week on the Whitetail Diaries, Yamaha brought in the first group of outdoor riders and editors to field test the Yamaha Viking 6 and for a chance at hunting a whitetail buck.
We do this because it's really the best way to showcase, a variety of things. One is, our lifestyle approach to marketing. We tell people all the time that we're out there doing this, and now they get to see that we're actually out here doing this.
Now, many of the first group were either hunting for their very first time or their first time in Texas. But one thing's for sure, they all got to see some great whitetail bucks.
In these types of hunts, it's always fun to mix a lot of folks in here, and obviously we got a strong group of industry folks here that travel around, and some of them are seasoned hunters and some of them are first-time hunters. Some of them are focused on, learning more about Yamaha's new ATVs, and others are focused more about how these products on the side-by-sides are used in the Texas markets, and others are focused on learning more about just how the hunting environment is in this particular area. And when you mix all that into a camp, it makes for a very dynamic camp, but you learn so much from all the different people that come into a camp when it's set up in this type of a scenario.
We had a second group come in, and this group was made up more of outdoor riders, guys and girls actually, that have been in the woods more, shot more, both bows and guns, rifles. The second group just kind of picked up where the first one left off. Even though they're savvy outdoorsmen and women, a couple of them had never been to Texas to hunt, and so they were blown away, just completely ecstatic to be knocking deer down.
Now, although Yamaha's Steve Nessel spent most of his time out in the field with his guests, he was able to squeeze in a management hunt for the property using a Thompson Center rifle instead of his usual bow.
We're prepping for the evening hunt. Rumor is we're going to be hunting off the ground. So got the Thompson Center 300 Win at the rifle range. Mostly this is about me getting comfortable, I think, off the ground with shooting sticks. And then hopefully letting this thing do its job.
So we're gonna go up on a Wahia Ridge. Kind of got a water trough off to one side, got a feeding area nearby. The deer are gonna come from probably 360 degrees. We're not even gonna have a blind. We're just gonna use our turkey chairs and plop down. Once we get set up in there, park the Viking off in the distance and see what comes in. It's pretty, probably 60 degrees, 62 right now. A lot of moisture in the area, a lot of moisture. The deer are definitely pre-rut, pretty big, swole up right now. So there's no telling what we're gonna encounter this evening.
On Steve's afternoon hunt, he saw his first good mature buck, but when the camera finally got eyes on him, he was spooked. Later in that same sit, a mature 10-point walked out, but again, Steve never had a good line of vision on him.
He's a shooter, Steve.
He is a shooter.
No, he's a good 10-point, 5 years old, real tall. Good long main beam. Can't see him, can't you, Jeff? Jeff can't see him.
No, I can't see him either. Not right now. He is walking out.
More fun from the field when we return. The Yamaha Whitetail Diaries is brought to you in part by Yamaha ATVs and side-by-sides, real world tough. Cabela's, it's in your nature. Garmin Verb, life, camera, action. Smith & Wesson, made in the USA since 1852.
Yamaha Viking, and introducing the all-new Viking 6. The hardest working, most off-road capable side-by-sides in America. Built for the hardest working people on Earth. You.
Fish on! Come on, get together.
Hey! Good job!
Yeah, right.
Julie Goloski, Smith & Wesson Consumer Program Manager and World Champion Shooter.
Joe Zanetti, Smith & Wesson Finishing Specialist and lifelong hunter.
Jim Dalton, Smith & Wesson Master Gunsmith. I shoot competitively, and so does my son.
Our people, our products, our passion. Smith & Wesson.
What if there was a camera that went where you went and shot what you shot? An action camera so easy to use you can concentrate on your hunt, not the hunt for the record button. A camera that let you add dimensions to your video, like speed, altitude, or even your heart rate, just before you let it fly. Life, camera, action. The Verb Elite HD Action Camera from Garmin.
The Alaskan Series Cooler Packs by Arctic Ice. Specifically designed to keep your food and drinks cold all day long without having to use ice and end up with a soggy lunch. The Alaskan Series by Arctic Ice. Bitterly cold.
When you change the game, you make the rules. Introducing the all-new Stealth SS from 10 Point, the most compact crossbow we've ever created. 10 Point, there is no substitute.
Welcome back to the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries with Wade Middleton. Yamaha's hosting several outdoor riders out at the Whitetail Diaries Deer Camp for fun in the Viking and a chance at a big Texas buck. Yamaha's Steve Nessel was able to get a short hunt in, targeting a management buck, and has moved to a tripod for the second morning.
I went out with Jeff and we went over to look on Lindsay Creek and see if there was a buck out there. It was more of a scouting mission really, and that morning we had a couple of young 8-points right in front of us. I mean, it was early. The camera didn't have enough light. I could barely see him at first. I saw him coming in from the edge of the woods. And about half an hour later, just as camera was getting light, Jeff mentioned off to our left that there was a bigger bodied deer out there, and I looked over and it was actually, it was a really big body, and it was a 7. He was old and he wasn't going to get any bigger, but he was still a really cool looking deer.
Did he drop right there? Right by the tree? I think so.
Felt like Jeff and I did a really good job. We had some 8s in front of us. We maybe could have waited longer, but we got the job done on a buck they didn't want over there anymore. And I've got more meat in my freezer, and another, you know, he's cold, but he's a trophy. I love him. He's a cool deer. We were both super excited, Jeff and I both, to get him down, to get him in the Viking and get him out of there. Felt like we did some good that day.
Congratulations, Steve, on a great buck for our management program. Yamaha's Greg Dawson is part of the second group of riders who's arrived for the Yamaha media event out at Deer Camp and is ready to head out into the field.
So far, I think it's just the camaraderie of
of everybody that is in this industry come together to share ideas, share experiences, and really help us out as hunters to become successful.
You know, the scouting cameras are starting to show a lot of deer around this one particular stand, and you know, we got Greg out there who was on his first time hunting, and you know, he kind of had the lucky draw if it started storming again, because he was going to be in a box blind. But in some of those situations, you're going to get picked off on the left side or the right side by an old wary buck or a you know, a pretty smart doe that's going to come in and pick you off because you're focused in front of you a lot of times. So I always remember in those box blinds, look left and right, because Greg learned a pretty valuable lesson on his hunt.
Greg took some time in between hunts to stay comfortable shooting the Thompson Center Venture, and now he's back out in the box blind for the second afternoon, hoping to get another chance.
So we had been sitting there for probably about an hour and a half. A couple does and fawns came in right off in front of me, and shortly after that, the fawn actually got spooked and started to run off a little bit. But as she went to run off, right behind her was this just beautiful 8-point buck that as soon as I saw him, I was like, okay, this is the guy. This is the one that I'm gonna have my first hunt with. He started walking towards us and took a slight turn like he was gonna go away. And again, I was like, okay, busted again. But then he took another turn and he started coming towards us. I started breathing a little bit heavier, really in the moment. Started to bring the barrel up. I hit the blind like 3 times. Thought I was gonna spook him off. All the adrenaline was pumping, and finally got the barrel out there, lined up the shot, and took it. This was my first deer hunt ever. And coming into it, I really didn't know what to expect. People would kind of tell me about their first hunt, but in reality, it was such an experience that I'll never forget.
Yeah, he's gonna feed the family and I'll honor him with a spot on my wall.
Deer camp fun continues when the Whitetail Diaries returns.
If you'd like to keep up with the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries crew, see some of the behind-the-scenes action, as well as be eligible to win some of the prizes, such as the gear we use in the field, it's simple. Go to our Facebook page and give us a like, and one lucky person each year will join us in the field for a great hunt.
Experience Hi-Viz, a brighter sight picture than standard sights, giving you an immediate, more successful shooting performance. Hi-Viz lets you see a dramatic contrast between the target and the barrel for a more intuitive aim that delivers instant results. Our light pipes come in a variety of shapes, sizes, and colors, designed to be seen in a variety of conditions. With our broad line of sights, you'll see your marksmanship dramatically improve, bringing more fun and confidence into every shooting experience. Shoot more accurately. Enjoy the sport. Choose Hi-Viz.
Heavy duty, rugged, and designed for the big game hunter and angler. The FoodSaver Game Saver Titanium Vacuum Sealer has the power and performance to seal in the freshness of your game and fish for up to 3 years, 5 times longer than standard storage methods. And with its extra-wide dual and repetitive sealing capabilities, that's a ton of big game savings. Tough tested and rated 4.8 out of 5 stars by outdoorsmen just like you. The FoodSaver Titanium System, it's a true game changer.
That's what's cuts.
Sahit Watila.
Aha.
When I'm not hunting, I'm thinking about hunting. It's on my mind because it's in my blood. When the hunt calls, my TC Venture points the way. Accurate, reliable, proven. Until there's no more ground to cover and no more stories to tell. When you're a TC Venture hunter, the hunt never ends.
My secret weapon? EverCalm. It's the first ever calming scent.
It's real smells from bedding areas.
To deer, that means safety. EverCalm reassures even nervous deer.
Which can help you get the shot.
I use EverCalm all season long.
Put it on your boots, your pants, and your decoy.
It's stick form, won't wash away or freeze.
EverCalm.
EverCalm. EverCalm.
EverCalm.
EverCalm.
EverCalm.
From the Family Deer Farm at Conquest Scents.
The Yamaha Whitetail Diaries is brought to you in part by Engel Coolers, performance marine coolers and freezers. Bradley Smoker, food smoking made easy. Conquest Scents, hunting scents and dog training scents. Do All Outdoors, innovative gear for the hunter and shooter. Nikon Sport Optics, the next generation of hunting optics.
Welcome back to Yamaha's Whitetail Diaries. We're getting ready to head back out in the stand, but before we do, I want to give you guys a tip that's very important to us. When it comes to preparation, we're getting ready to load up on our ATV or side-by-side, one thing we always do is put our helmet on, and it's very important for you to do the same. It'll help protect you in an unforeseen accident or if something happens out there you're not expecting, so always put that helmet on when you get ready to load up on an ATV or side-by-side. Now, let's head out to the stand.
Yamaha's out at deer camp with several outdoor riders, and the weather has been inclement.
You know, the weather at the beginning of this week was unseasonably wet, to say the least. Some places in past years, 6 inches of rain. That's a lot of rain. So the Vikings in this situation, we couldn't have done it without it.
Having these machines at our fingertips was integral to make this whole situation pan out. Because if we couldn't have gotten to our stands, we wouldn't have been able to hunt.
If we hadn't have had the Vikings, I think we would have all been hunting like right here where we could walk because the roads were just almost impassable. They were so muddy and so marred up.
It rained a lot, too much, more than we would have wanted for having the press out here, but we made the best of it.
The forecast was to clear on the back end, and in the back of my mind, I really felt like when that rain quit and we got back to a normal pattern, it would be amazing. The mature bucks would just pop up and they'd just start wandering around.
Josh Dahlke from ScoutLookWeather.com is an avid outdoorsman, but was surprised by the deer density in Texas.
I've never whitetail hunted in Texas before. This is my first time. I'm kind of a Midwestern guy, born and raised. I do a lot of whitetail hunting up there. So you can sit days on end up there quite often and not even see a deer, especially if you're not doing the right thing. But you come down here and it's just a whole different world. Generally you're seeing a ton of deer, you're getting a lot of opportunities, and you get to kind of, be amongst the whitetails in a way that you don't get to experience up north.
You know, Josh's particular hunt, he was set up in an area that's been pretty game rich, all summer long and into the early fall, lots of scouting camera pictures in and around that area. We really didn't know what was going to show up because we were in such a wild and ever-changing, pattern of weather here, from the big rains, now it's a high bluebird sky, to the winds changing and everything. But what we did know was that area held a lot of big bucks.
First morning, I had no idea what to expect. Coming down here to Texas from Minnesota, just everything from what kind of deer I wanted to shoot to what kind of deer were even going to be available or what to expect. I mean, as the sun starts to come up, you're sitting there in the darkness, you don't know what's going to come by, and all of a sudden deer start filtering in, and lo and behold, a pretty nice looking buck showed up that first morning.
What do you think about it? Oh yeah, I definitely want to shoot that deer. Just see what he does.
I was never able to get a shot off on him. About 12 to 15 sets of eyeballs caught me all at the same time, and they blazed out of there. That evening, came back to the same blind, hoping that 10-pointer would show up. He didn't, but just kind of like a repeat, another big deer showed up. Or is it a different one? It's a giant. When I saw him, it blew my mind. I mean, there were other deer already out in this pasture, and as soon as he stepped out, it was like night and day. My heart was coming out of my chest. I was just trying to keep my composure. I was trying to not shake too bad. Even though I had a good shooting rest on the window of that blind, my reticle was still bouncing around a bit, so I had to gather myself before I finally squeezed that trigger. Thank you, Lord. I just shot the biggest whitetail of my life in Texas. Coming from the Midwest, where it's kind of known as the land of giants, there's a lot of big deer up there. I didn't expect to come down to Southwest Texas and kill a deer this great. So seeing that tall-tined 8-pointer, especially when I finally walked up and was able to put my hands on his antlers, I couldn't have been more thrilled.
Congratulations, Josh, on a great Texas whitetail buck. When the Whitetail Diaries returns, Stephanie Mallory tries her hand at bow hunting.
Stealth Cam. Trail cameras with features you demand. With the durability and performance you can count on. Built to withstand even the harshest conditions. Stealth Cam. Join the trail cam revolution.
Engel's got the original high-performance cooler and a whole lot more. Engel coolers, go with the original.
I've never shot a multicolored pig like that. That is just awesome. First pig with the crossbow. I am pumped and excited.
If you enjoy the outdoors, you're going to want to have a Bubba Blade by your side. Introducing the Bubba Blade Rhino, aka the stubby skinning knife.
Well, on this pig today, I used the Bubba Blade stubby, and I mean, that thing worked phenomenally.
We've shortened up the handle to 4 inches and put a razor-sharp 4-inch skinning blade on it to make the perfect skinning and gutting knife. You'll be able to work close in with ease. Like all Bubba Blades, the knife features our patented handle that gets sticky when wet, so it won't slip out of your hand while you're working. Combined with our razor-sharp skinning blade, you have one kick-ass knife. Go online at BubbaBlade.com to order your Bubba Blade today.
When it comes to racing big deer, Purina is the leader in deer nutrition research. Our Antler Max research and development team is committed to developing products that provide results in your deer management program with a difference you can see. If you're ready to take your deer operation to the next level, look no further than Purina's new and improved Antler Max Premium Deer Feeds. You can find them at your local Purina retailer. Purina Antler Max Premium Deer Feed, a difference you can see.
Nikon's no-fault policy was created for those who continually push the envelope, travel the farthest, stay the longest, brave the most hostile elements. We do our best to deliver on our promise of a lifetime of performance. And we'll stand with you should accidents happen. Trust earned. Nikon.
Welcome back to the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries with Wade Middleton. Stephanie Mallory, a blog writer for Realtree.com, is also here at camp and ready to dust off her bow for a hunt.
Van Holmes with Yamaha called me several months ago and invited me on this trip. And he told me I could bring a gun or a bow. And I decided, I've never killed anything with a bow, and I thought this is going to be my perfect opportunity.
Stephanie, who is an industry veteran, I mean, she works with some of the biggest names in this industry in the PR area, and she's a very seasoned rifle hunter, she's a very seasoned turkey hunter, first-time bow hunter, and that's a challenge. There's a lot that goes into being a successful bow hunter.
I started practicing. I probably practiced for about a month and a half, but then the first morning of our hunt, I just lost it.
I can feel the ground shaking from excitement, from nerves, from whatever it may be.
I forgot everything that I had learned and just started flinging arrows left and right.
You know, morale was honestly pretty low at that point.
I was so discouraged. I was so upset with myself after practicing for a month and a half. Why am I doing this? So we're sitting there and all of a sudden these big bucks walked out. I think actually having the opportunity to watch them as they came in and out from the field actually helped me calm down a little bit. And I just started saying to myself, nose, cheek, open hand, nose, cheek, open hand. And when I realized I had all three things in place, I fired.
You got him. You smoked him. Oh my God. I think you did.
Do you think I did?
Oh, I know you did. This isn't manufactured TV. This isn't some actor out there getting jacked up for being success. I mean, you know what genuine emotion is. That is genuine emotion. And when you see that after success and what it means to somebody to be successful out there, that makes the 100-degree days, that makes all the work you do so worth it.
You really think I did?
I think you did.
After just flying arrows everywhere throughout the whole hunt, I finally made a really good shot, and I was just beside myself. I was over the moon with excitement. Wade was too. I mean, he was an excellent coach throughout the process. It made all the difference in the world, and so I got my buck, and I'm just elated.
We went back to the camp, we hung out, and we waited. And we went back out, and I mean, I gotta admit, I was kind of nervous on this one from excitement.
Is that it? I have 4 kids and a business to run. It's really, really hard to find time to get out and practice. But it was something I really, really wanted to do. So I think it was, the fact that I accomplished something that I really wanted to do, and it was hard to make that happen for me. I feel proud of myself. Wow, I'm so excited. This is my first archery buck, and I'm just over the moon.
It's been a great group. We came out here with a reason, a goal in mind. Yamaha Outdoors wanted to get these guys in Vikings, but to watch their reactions to the hunting down here, it's fun, and hopefully maybe get some more newbies down. Continue to appreciate just how cool it is to hunt in Texas.
Congratulations, Stephanie, on a great whitetail buck. Hey, thanks for watching. Join us next week, won't you, for another exciting entry in the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries.
If you'd like to keep up with the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries crew, see some of the behind-the-scenes action, as well as be eligible to win some of the prizes, such as the gear we use in the field, it's simple. Go to our Facebook page and give us a like, and one lucky person each year will join us in the field for a great hunt. Then we flung another one out to the moon. We don't know where that arrow is.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you.
That's okay. You can walk up and go, I'm going to put that arrow right there. Amazing. Wow, nicely done.